Hello, this is John Piper. I'm working from my office in Thailand at the moment, so you can also enjoy the view. I've just republished Financial Cataclysm Now because I think once again we're back on the edge of the precipice. In 2006, when I first published the book, I realised that the end was nigh as far as financial markets were concerned. We're about to fall off the edge of the cliff, and this duly happened within a few months. I mean, I think the peak came in the final quarter of 2007. So the purpose of the book was to inform people so they could take action to avoid the kind of crises that developed at that time. So it was, from my point of view, pretty good timing in the sense that it gave people almost a year, I think, to take action. And there's a lot of action you can take. For example, being highly geared to property or having loans against stock. Not good things to do as you see markets fall back sharply. Now it's 2012 and we're back in the same position again. A lot's happened in the last 6 years, but basically the formula remains the same. Too much debt based on overvalued assets, primarily property and stocks and shares. And the governments of the world are trying their best to debase their currencies, and the reason for that's very simple. By debasing your currency, you increase the price but not the value of assets, whereas you actually debase the debt as well. So they're doing their best. We've got this QE going on, all massive, well, virtual cash being printed, but it's not really working in the sense that there's no growth. And then you have problems like Greece, which is going to default just a matter of time. They're trying to go for an organised default. There's 50% haircut they're talking about that their creditors may have to accept. But of course they're not accepting it right now, and probably because some of them might go bust themselves if they accept that haircut. So it's hardly surprising they're not going to go for it very readily. I don't think this is over by any means. I don't think the governments of the world are going to manage to turn back these tides in the financial markets, these tides in human affairs. Just as King Canute proved all those years ago, you can't turn back the tides of the sea. That was his aim, in fact. He wanted to prove he couldn't do it. So he wasn't being stupid. He was just wanting to illustrate a point, quite a sensible point. I mean, I think the politicians of the world could well learn from this, because they pretend they can actually control stuff and they can't. Essentially, they're just surfing a wave. And they try and look good doing it, but they're not doing that good a job of that at the moment. Now the whole point is that if you're prepared, this is a time of great opportunity. Some of the greatest fortunes ever known, Aristotle, Onassis, Gettys, Rothschilds, have been made at times like this. If you're ready for it, this could be a fantastic event. I mean, unfortunately the majority are not ready for it. The majority will suffer, sadly. I wish it was otherwise. But my duty is to inform my readers, to try and help my readers. I can't force people to read the book, how much I might want to. And the book is designed so that you get that out of it. And the action you take is of course up to you. It depends on your circumstances. But purely just getting out of over-geared situations, that alone could be a huge help. Not taking risky decisions right now, that alone could be a huge help. Perhaps learning about trading markets, perhaps shorting situations, buying ETFs, short ETFs. There's a lot of stuff in the book, buying the VIX, which are not that complicated, but could be useful to you. Plus the book isn't just a static object. I will update this book on a regular basis. Just email me and you get my free reports, which will tell you what's happening, will update you what's going on, and it's an important package, I think, to realise what might happen, because we never know for sure. That the future's unknown. But the first edition of the book in 2006 forecasts, I would say, fairly well what has come to pass. I'm not claiming it's 100% accurate at all, but we've had this debt crisis, we've had the subprime mortgage crisis, we've had markets falling away. These things have happened. We've had more wars going on. It's a time of turmoil. As growth slows, as the economy goes down the slope a little bit, people have less, and they don't like that. And some people are prepared to go to war for such things. So this is really an unsettling time. Prosperity will come back. It's going to take some years, but it will come back. And the key thing is to be ready for that prosperity, and then the time to buy. At that point, you should get some fantastic opportunities to buy the markets. So I hope you read my book, and I hope you benefit from it mightily. If you want the free reports, then just email me at jptt@aweber.com. That's JPTT, stands for John Piper's Trading Tips, the @ at aweber, AWEBER.com. And I'll be delighted to hear from you, and I hope you've had a good experience, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for that. Bye for now.